How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. What a weekend of boxing.
I know. Crazy, right?
It
So
is.
crazy. It was
Right.
worth the wait and it was highly enjoyable.
Yeah.
So let's start with Derek Chisora and Alexandra Usyk. What a fight.
What a fight. I think Derek surprised me.
Yeah.
I was quite like, you know, Usyk should take it. I'm not, I wanted Derek to win, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. I thought it would be a great opportunity for him. But he did, even though he didn't win, he did a good job, I think. I don't know what you think, but I think he did a really good job.
I think he done a great job. And I think he gave all he could.
Yeah.
And I think that's the saddest thing for me, is that he gave all he could. And that was the best I think we're going to see of him.
Yeah.
Was it enough? No. Hence the outcome. The first round, he went in. He gave it all he could. Second round, same thing. Third round, I started to see the stamina deteriorate. It went all the way down. And it was shocking because I was thinking, hey, built this whole profile up that, yeah, he's going to do it. He's in great shape. And I'm not disputing that he wasn't in great shape because he looked amazing.
I think he was in the best shape of his career. For me, personally, it's the best I've seen him.
Exactly. But it just wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. And I was rooting for him. I was rooting hard for him. And
I think it went exactly as the bookies had basically said it would go. He went in, he went hard straight away. Round 1, 2, I gave that to him. No dispute. He was accurate. Obviously, his punches are heavy. Obviously, he was 3 stone heavier than Usyk, so that they were going to be. But yeah, like you said, from round 3 onwards, the speed, the accuracy kind of deteriorated. So.
And then Usyk found his dancing. He knew what he was doing after a while. He knew that, okay, first 2, maybe 1 to 3 rounds, he's going to take some power punches from Chisora, but then he found his stance in the ring and he danced up and down that shit. He danced up and down and he was light on his foot, on both feet, sorry. He was so light and he was jabbing. Did he have enough power to knock Chisora out? What do you think?
I would say no. There was one moment, I think it was round 7, I think it was right at the end of the round, where I was a bit nervous because he looked like he was going to topple Chisora. But, generally speaking, in comparison to Chisora, the power wasn't anywhere near for me.
No. But yeah, he definitely danced up and down that ring. He dominated the rest of the rounds. It was all
he did. He outboxed him, which is what I think we knew would happen if it went past a certain round. I was worried for Usyk in the beginning, though. I will be honest. Like, those first couple of first couple of rounds were just like, whoa. I actually thought Chisora might take this.
Yeah, it was explosive, and you could see he was going to the body, and it was all power punches. And I was thinking, Usyk, are you even going to be able to stand up and absorb this? And
he did. To be fair to him, he impressed me actually. Usyk, we were saying, we had concerns about him being, really a cruiserweight boxer up until now, really, and he impressed me. The speed.
I was a little bit worried because he fought that guy. What was it, Weatherspoon?
Chaz Weatherspoon.
Yeah. And I wasn't totally impressed by that fight.
No.
But I knew what Usyk was about. So, but then I was worried about the power punches from Chisora, him receiving them. So, but he done well. He done really well. Who are you looking forward to him fighting next? Because he's calling out AJ.
I think he needs to take his time, personally. I think it's a bit. I know there's rules and mandatories and all of that kind of stuff, but for me, I'd like to see him a bit more with a few more people at heavyweight level before he gets to that sort of elite.
Because that was only his second heavyweight fight, so I want to see a few more and then go for the big dons. And regarding Chisora, where does he go next? Because
I was just going to say that I think
by all the top ones, Fury, White, Vitali. Come on,
you know, some people are saying, you know, talking about retirement for him, you know, with his record now. He's at what, 32 and 10 losses now, and you know, he's done an interview and he's basically saying, I'm not retiring, you know, I'm gonna continue. And I'm not necessarily saying that he should retire. I do just wonder though where he goes from here, who's gonna, you know, really want to fight him at this stage. But you know, I wouldn't like to see him leave boxing at this point. I don't feel he's at the end of his career, and actually he's now on a kind of upward trend where, as we said, it's the best we've seen him. So maybe he'll just continue to improve. And you know, he's good for British boxing. For me personally, I think he's you know, he's so lively, and he's, you know, he's always full of some kind of drama or, you know, whatever it is.
Yeah, he's always himself, and I think that's what everyone loves more about him. But it's just like, where do you go from here? Because I heard talks of a trilogy with him and White. Do we see that? No, I don't.
I don't think so.
I don't. No.
So.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know where he goes. I think more so he does it for the love of boxing.
Yeah.
That's the vibe I get from him. It's the love of boxing. And you know, God bless him, and moving forward, I hope he gets, you know, the fights that he wants. But I just don't know who it will be next. So,
and you know, I think what was nice for me to see as well is, you know, he was a good sportsman about it. You know, afterwards he was really him and Usyk, you know, sharing a burger in the dressing room.
That was nice to see.
That was nice. That was nice.
Yeah,
to see.
but there was a level of respect beforehand anyway. So it would have been a shame to nip that in the bud after the fight, after the loss. You know, obviously him being a sore loser, he wasn't, and he done well. He didn't win, but he done well.
I think so.
All the effort being put in. So good luck to him, like I said. I don't know what's next, but good luck to him. And I'd love to see what is next.
So next fight of the night, Gervonta Davis and SANTA CRUZ. What a fight. What a knockout.
That uppercut was well clocked. That was like the best. That was the best finish this entire year.
I didn't see it coming. I did not see it coming because I had that fight quite even up until then, to be honest.
Yeah.
Maybe slightly more I give it to Gervonta, but generally speaking,
gave as good as he got, he gave it.
Yeah, it was fairly even.
It was explosive.
Out of nowhere.
Sick.
And what a knockout, you know. SANTA CRUZ's leg was twisted up underneath him. You know, I think he needed oxygen, if I remember rightly. He wasn't getting up at all from that. So really good.
It's almost like he proper sized him up, and then that uppercut was just slick, proper slick. Knocked him out cold. He was gone.
I was really impressed. To be fair to SANTA CRUZ, I was impressed with him as well.
He was amazing.
Like I said, I had it quite even right up until that point. So I don't know where Gervonta goes from here, but I think it's only up really for him and, you know, Mayweather.
I think they were talking about Lopez. Was it Ryan Garcia?
Yeah.
And a few others, but gosh, he's definitely. If no one knows about Gervonta Davis, you need to watch him. He's amazing. Great boxer, great fight, and well done to him again. Well done. And Mayweather Promotions, they're doing a great job with him. Great job. He's not, people are saying, oh, he's very similar to Mayweather. I don't think so.
No, quite different style.
And he can go all the 12 rounds. Gervonta Davis, he's a knockout king.
He's more of an attack boxer for me. You know, we know Mayweather's style is very defensive boxing, you know, back foot, you know, try not to get hit really, which is fair enough, but you know, completely different style. Gervonta, he will take the front foot and go for it really.
Exactly.
So speaking of, obviously we're talking about Chisora and not being a sore loser. Let's talk about Mr. Wilder.
Tell me your thoughts before I go in, because
right. I'm gonna all right, because we spoke about this yesterday.
Briefly, yeah.
And initially when I saw the video, I mean, we all know he's been making excuses. He's been quiet, you know, since the second fight. You know, we know what Wilder's about. For a second, I did question that picture that was a part of his video, you know, which obviously showed him with some sort of dent in his head. And, you know, I was wondering to myself, is this picture real? Is it doctored? If it's real and it is actually from that night, is it possible that a human hand in a boxing glove can do that? So for a second, I was kind of thinking, okay. And then came the drink spiking thing, and I thought, do you know what? Like, I'm done.
You lost me.
I'm done. You know, you could have said all of this stuff. If this was legitimate, you should have said this way back when. You've been silent. Now the contract has lapsed. You've got all this stuff to say. And for me personally, I've written him off. I'm not interested in Wilder anymore.
Totally agree. I totally agree.
How do you feel about it?
When I watched the, it's such a shame, firstly, we haven't had anything from him, and the fight was in February. We're now in November. Now, when I watched that little clip of his video of him explaining what's happening to him and what Tyson's done, I was shocked. I was shocked because the first thing you're going to come out and say is this. You have fans all over the globe. Not a lot, but you have fans.
He's got fans.
They respect you and they rate you, and they've been waiting to hear something from you. And you come out with this. Firstly, I'm just going to go on to the dent in his head. Okay. Did anyone see a picture of the dent in his head, bar the picture of the night where they had the fight?
Very good point. No, they didn't. First time.
Your temples are going to be swollen, period, because you got tumped up in your temples by a 20 stone, 90 stone, however big Fury was. He worked him. So he's going to have swelling. Now, in his video as well, when he was talking about the dent, he went like this. He dented my head, but you couldn't even see. You ain't got a legitimate picture to say this is what's happened. There's no picture. There's no video recordings. There's nothing. So I didn't buy that for a second. That was swelling to your head. It's gone down. And bear in mind, after the fight, months later, he started posting pictures of him with king outfits and, you know, the whole Shaka Zulu looking vibe. He was posting all that and everyone was liking the pictures. So there was nothing wrong with you. There was no dent in your head, because that would have been the most important thing to get checked out from the jump. Okay, cool. Now, firstly, you was complaining that, you know, it was the suit, your costume, that weighed you down, made you fatigued, you was really tired. Okay, I'm sure you had trial runs of that suit, walking up and down the changing rooms, and prior to that. Fine. Then you said it was a bicep injury that you had, hence why, you know, you couldn't give out power punches and whatnot. And then now your drink got, your water got spiked. I'm confused, Wilder.
Do you know, I think for me, all of this, number one, all of these excuses damages your, you know, his credibility, for me personally. Even if there was one accusation, you know, forget the suit, because that's just foolishness. You know, the water being spiked, no. But if you're just damaging your credibility. No one is going to believe you. Anything you say. He could turn around and say something true at this point. No one's going to, you know, it's like the boy who cried wolf. No one's interested in him.
That's what's happening now. He's like, who wants to fight him now? Do you know what? People are going to want to fight him just to knock him out. Because they've seen what Tyson Fury did. He worked him from, you know something, when he let out that video, Sham, I had to go back and watch that same fight that I've seen 100 million times. I watched it again. And I said, Wilder, you got beaten up. That's what happened. You got beat because Fury learned the trick of the trade, how to get you. And that's what he did. He beat you the second time you lot fought. Just chill out.
Just needs to be graceful in defeat, you know, like you said, look at Chisora, you know, he took a loss on Saturday. He was graceful about it. You know, he congratulated Usyk. And that is how you're supposed to just accept that you lost on the night, you know. He can't do it. He wants to blame every single other person and thing, you know. He's fired Mark Breland, you know, all of this stuff. It's, for me, it's just
disloyal.
disloyal, for saving your life.
Your life.
So, I think for me, I'm done with Wilder, to be
babe, I'm done with Wilder. I'm over it. And you're talking about his gloves. I'm not saying that it's never happened before in boxing where they've cemented their gloves or put something in there to, give them extra leverage to win the fight. Fine. But in that same instant, Fury went to America to fight you. And the commissioners over there held the gloves. Each fighter signs their gloves. They've put it away in a safe. They don't even have access to it. And then they get their wraps put on, signed,
and
with every witness
even when the wraps are put on, sorry to cut you, even when the wraps are put on, there are witnesses to when, there are several people, and I believe someone from the other team is supposed to see it as well. So,
exactly. I'm not buying it. The minute I saw that, I said, I saw all over Instagram and everything like that and Twitter, he's let out a statement. And I was like, oh my God, yes, he's saying something. I think he's going to say he wants to take the fight, but obviously it was too little too late. But when I heard what he was actually talking about, I can't believe I even listened to the whole 3-minute video, because that was just shocking. And to make it worse, he used his phone to record himself. I know it was a phone.
I don't know if he did it himself, and if he's got anyone around him that helped him to create that video, they should be ashamed of themselves.
It's shameful.
Because it's so
pathetic. And the whole world is talking about this and saying the same thing. You can't blame others. You can't do that. And
that's what he wanted, people talking about him. He wanted the spotlight back on him. I think it even came out during partway or just before the Chisora fight. It's almost like, all right, all the shine, is over there at the moment. Let me, get some attention.
Get a little bit of it.
It's for me, I feel he's done. He's just done, ridiculed now, and he needs to just leave it at that. But it's a shame he just can't be graceful in defeat, and I think it's quite disrespectful to Fury. Assuming all these things are not true, which they don't look like they are. That he can't just say, well done, Fury, you beat me effectively twice, really, because we know that the first fight, we saw what was going to happen in that fight as well. So I wish I could say good luck to Wilder. I hope his mental state is okay, because I was a bit concerned after seeing that video, to be perfectly honest. But
do you think it's his mental state? Do you think because he was so shocked that he lost and he got beaten brutally, it must have been a shock to the system? And
I did have concerns. Yeah, I had concerns watching the video about his mental state, to be honest with you. It was quite... It wasn't his usual kind of bolshy self either, It was strange. It was strange to me. So if you've been put on a pedestal for as long as, he has, maybe it has affected his mental state. I don't know.
I think it has, and it's a shame. It's a shame because he is a household name as well, Wilder. Wilder. Everyone was talking about Wilder and his right hand.
But what this does mean is that if he now just slinks back into the shadows and that's it, and we don't hear much more from him now, then it's all on the AJ Fury fight.
That's what everyone's looking forward to now, because Wilder, you're done out here, darling. You're done. I'm done with you. Sham's done with you. That's it. That's it. Shocking. Absolutely shocking. But anyway, we move.
We move.
We've got some
plenty more fights
coming up. I'm so excited. Yay. Who's next? Is it Ortiz? 7th.
Ortiz next weekend.
So that I'm looking forward to. There's so many. Oh my God, Mike Tyson and Roy Jones.
There's a whole host of... I can't even say which one I'm looking forward to the most, to be honest with you. I see that Laura Zaccoli has just been announced as well.
Yes. And we post that on our Instagram, so go and check it out, guys, at Boxing and Bantz Insta. Check it out. So I'm looking forward to all of them. I'm ready. Literally as well, it's like there's so many fights coming and the year's coming to an end, and what a nice way to end the year.
I think for the boxing fans, everyone's had an awful year this year. For the boxing fans, you know, we're ending the year in a good way. There's so many fights coming up right up until the end of the year. So stay tuned, and we'll keep discussing them, keep giving you our predictions.
Yeah.
And don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.
Do the damn thing. And also follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter, and it's all Boxing and Bantz, Bantz with a Z. Yeah, I'm Katie.
I'm Sham.
And we're Boxing and Bantz.
Bye.
Bye.